One of the staples of my childhood that no longer exists is the foundational importance of Saturday morning cartoons. I used to get up early each Saturday to watch the adventures of my favorite characters, Bugs Bunny, Garfield, the Gummy Bears, and of course our tiny blue friends from the forest. And now, decades later, we get to experience them on the big screen, so I will share my spoiler-free thoughts in this review of Smurfs. In the piece of Smurf Village, each Smurf has a defining characteristic, except for No Name. As he yearns to find his purpose among the other Smurfs, a new danger has arisen. Evil wizards have captured Papa Smurf in search of a magic book that will give them ultimate evil power. So it's up to No Name, Smurfette, and others to use their Smurfy goodness to rescue Papa, save the universe, and along the way, maybe, just maybe, No Name will discover who he truly is meant to be. I grew up in a very conservative household, so the Smurfs cartoon was frowned upon, mainly because of the strong presence of witchcraft. So, with my 9-year-old, I was interested to see what this new iteration of the Saturday morning cartoon would be like. Right from the beginning, the lore of the Smurfs includes evil wizards and their desire to remove all good from the universe. The dark elements of this intro are quickly shattered by the silliness of the wizards, specifically their standard office environment, from unstable Zoom calls to uncomfortable conference rooms.
Hello, everyone!
Any creepy or ominous tone is replaced with a fear factor on par with Gru from the Despicable Me series. When we are introduced to the Smurfs, they are singing happily in their village. The film takes advantage of their cheesy song to introduce us to the familiar characters: Papa Smurf, Brainy, Grouchy, Lazy, Vanity, and of course, Smurfette. It also includes one of my favorite gags in the film, which is introducing us to lesser-known Smurfs such as Out of Focus Smurf, Far Away Smurf, Quiet Talker Smurf, and Sound Effects Smurf.
Sound Effects Smurf, can you back off?
But this movie isn't about any of them. It's about No Name, portrayed well by the often irksome James Corden. No Name just wants to find his place in Smurf society, and his desire for clarity is highlighted in an emotional original song that really began to elevate my expectations of what was about to unfold in this movie. In just the first 15 to 20 minutes, this film has established the villain's plot, introduced our heroes, and created emotional stakes, and all while poking fun at the ridiculous concept of the Smurfs with self-deprecating humor. Along with these strong story elements, the animation style is first class, combining computer-generated graphics with 2D facial features and textures, taking inspiration out of the Bad Guys playbook. This style simultaneously feels fresh and nostalgic, a difficult tone to balance and maintain. Unfortunately, this is where Smurfs peaked. Even though I still enjoyed some of the ridiculous elements that would randomly pop up, traveling through galaxies, random dragons flying by, and the introduction to a new cake-addicted race of creatures, Snooterpoots, Smurfs abandons its self-aware silliness to try to make salient points that are nice in theory but vapid in context. Whether it's bad guys deciding to become good, characters realizing they decide who they truly are, or declaring kindness always wins, Smurfs is at its best when it's irreverent to its source material, taking advantage of its immersive visuals which are best experienced on the big screen. And it squanders its potential when it tries to become something more than a silly kids movie, especially when it tries to appeal to the adults by making the Smurf adjective a double entendre for some pretty hefty swear words.
I think I just smurfed my pants.
I like that the evil wizards pose no real threat. They want to remove all good from the universe, which is closer akin to Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb than any truly frightening villain. In fact, I would have appreciated a bit more Gargamel and his cat Azrael, rather than his brother Razumel, a new character in the Smurfs cinematic universe. The voice actors are fun: John Goodman as Papa Smurf, Nick Offerman as his brother Ken, and of course, pop star Rihanna as Smurfette, whose origin story is a secondary plot that explains her purpose in Smurf society. society. She even has her own pop song that unfortunately feels more like a rejected track from Disney's Wish than a way to further the plot or develop her character. Overall, Smurfs is a bonkers adventure that forces the characters out of their familiar forest home and across multiple universes and realities that keeps the pace moving, but abandons the charm established in the opening act, so I will give it 3 out of 5 stars and admit I was a little disappointed that it couldn't live up to the potential it created in the opening moments. As we left the theater, I asked my daughter her opinion, and she said they made a Smurf movie that has nothing to do with Smurfs, but she did like it, and she is more of the target audience than me. So what do you think of Smurfs? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss any of my future content. Also, you can check out some of my other reviews by clicking on one of these boxes.